Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So I'm going to do a reading right now for Blu-rays. Um, I think this is going to be a seriously profound reading simply because of the fact that that's what Michael said. um, yeah, no, I'm already starting to get an increase in frequency. Um, there's just a lot of things going on with the world at this point. A lot of things that are questionable, a lot of things that we need to begin questioning. In addition to what's going on with the world, and I don't know what's going on because I don't watch the news. I intentionally abstain from knowing current events, whatever else. I really try and go out of my way to not know because until we as a collective are ready to initiate and maintain the change that's necessary, I don't want to be a part of it. I just don't. So now it's almost this feeling of we totally need to be a part of this. We totally need to allow ourselves to go full force into things. I'm not talking about getting aggressive. I'm talking about really, really allowing yourself to see, know, be aware of what's going on. This is more than just current events. What is going on with the human consciousness? What is going on with, you know, with the world at large? What's going on? What? It's so itchy. It's like there's a hair stuck. Okay. Anyways, we have to do our part. Whether you know what that part is or not, it's irrelevant. We just have to do our part. Um, I think a lot of the things that we're going to be guided to feel, think, participate in over the next few weeks is going to help us understand what that part actually is. So, ooh, golly. It's a lot of information coming through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. There's a lot of information coming through. Um, the people who have promised to care for us, these are people in positions of power. These are those who have some sort of authority within their field. These are people within the medical industry. These are people within the legal stuff. This is people who are in higher positions within communities. Um, we have to begin really, really questioning because something is being put into play. I don't know that all of these individuals know what that is. I definitely don't know what it is. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't know what that is. But there's something being put into play, and whatever this is, um, how honest can I be with you guys this morning? Like full honesty. How honest can I be? You know, are you guys really ready to hear the things that I'm hearing right now, filtering in these messages? You know, um, there's a maliciousness that's brewing, more malicious than anything we've ever seen as individuals and nations. 51% at 815, this mirroring. 51815. 5 plus 1 is 6. 8. 1 plus 5 is 6. 686. Receiving the merger to receive a higher level of knowing. Um, many of us have been receiving advance notice. I didn't want to talk about it before, and I wasn't led to feel as though I had to talk about it before. So I can't categorize my silence as withholding information. I think maybe as a collective whole, we were not quite ready yet. Maybe we needed a few more days to ready ourselves, but many of you have been getting advanced notification of certain things. You've been feeling it, you've been dreaming it, you've been being told in advance potentialities that are aligning for the timeline that we are currently in. These potentialities are grievous. They will cause grievous harm. To whom? Everyone. Doesn't matter your socioeconomic standing or status. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter how you live. None of that matters. This affects everyone. Everyone. And if you think that, oh, well, no, I meditate, I'm aligned, I'm here to say, no, it affects you too. Anyone in physical body, it affects you. Thank you, Wicked Love Tarot. It affects you. Anyone who is within this atmosphere, it will affect you. So there's other information, and I'm going to be honest, I don't feel comfortable speaking about it. Like something tells me say it, but then my gut feeling in response to that something telling me say it is like, I don't feel comfortable with that. And I look down at the cards to give me some kind of guidance, and trust yourself. Card number 31, trust yourself. This sense of the entirety of creation, the entirety of creation consciousness, that collective whole, standing behind me to support me, but at the same time, being carried by me through this. There are certain types of information that must be heard. And then there are certain certain types of information where hearing it does not do anything but further aggravate feelings, further amplify fear. So at what point does that become beneficial? It doesn't. It's not beneficial. So now we have to recognize card number 12, every journey starts with a single step. 1212 is that indication from soul. You are now taking the first steps of your journey. And I think that's what's happening right now. We are taking our first steps within our own personal journeys, and that personal journey will then translate energetically as a collective journeying outside of this specific phase lock we have been existing in for so many different generations. So many generations we have been phase locked into a lower level of dimensional consciousness. So here's the thing, okay? My nose is suddenly dripping. If you've been having, this is just kind of separate, if you've been having a lot of sinus drainage, post nasal or runny nose, if you've been having a lot of weird sensation in the throat, like feeling like your throat is blocked up, you keep having to clear your throat, you're probably experiencing a third eye and throat chakra clearing or activation. Okay. We are being prepared to take on our role. Humanity will begin to notice certain types of events. There will be a pushing, and then there will be a decision whether you push back or not. Unless enough of us push back, unless enough of us hold our ground, um, the entirety of creation, the entirety of humanity will be underneath the boot of an oppressor. Okay? There's a lot of things going on in the background, a lot of things involving galactic things. Okay, galactic, whether you want to be all, in that galactic subject matter or not, I prefer not to. Okay, this is not coming from someone who's all about like galactic federations, and I think all of that is just like hokey pokey shit. That's my personal thing. I'm not into that. I don't read into it. I don't seek information on it. I don't speak to Sananda. I don't vibe with none of that. Okay, I'm not saying you shouldn't vibe with it. I'm saying if someone like me who does not really have an appreciation for that subject matter is bringing that subject matter into the conversation, that carries more weight than someone who is already like super open to it. Like, I really love this and that. Like, let me talk about, Andromeda and play, it says a lot that information is coming into this reading. there are galactic processes that are being initiated. And these galactic processes, there are those who side with humanity. Okay. There are those who want to assist, who have been observing for some time now. They want to assist, but they cannot assist until humanity picks its own ass up, right? And then there are those who are banking on humanity continuing to be and function the way humanity has for so many generations because they benefit from our ignorance, our chosen ignorance. They benefit every time we change our focus from what we need to focus on to things like race wars. And, that shit is real because we allow it to continue to be real. Someone outside of us, outside of our communities, outside of our ethnicities, keeps telling us we should have a problem with other ethnicities, and we keep believing it. That doesn't change until we change it. No matter how many cartoons we cancel, no matter how many individuals we cancel, no matter how much we try and censor our history, it is a part of our history. We are systematically hiding from our future generations what we have done to each other, what we have allowed to be done to others. Erasing history does not shift the future, it ensures we will repeat it. If we think we're making change by advocating for fucking cartoons, are you kidding me? When there is real stuff that needs to be changed within this world, like ASAP, it needs to be changed. I'm not worried about cartoons. I don't let my kids watch that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, what we're fighting for our kids to be babysat by things that are more like PC, right? How about you babysit your own kids? My kids aren't allowed to watch that. They're not. So I don't have to worry about that. Well, that's easy, Emmy, because you blah, 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 blah. No, it's not easy. I choose to go through that. I choose to experience that. I choose to invest in my family. That's the thing. We don't want to invest in our families. And then we pass that blame off. We pass the buck to someone else. I mean, I really think the world would be so different if we just completely got rid of schools and forced families to homeschool. Because I'm pretty sure less people would be willing to have children because they can't pass them off to anyone else. Less people would be willing to have children. And unless you can, do all of that, unless you're willing to do all of that, um, I don't know. I don't know what I'm suggesting because everything is a slippery slope. So then how do we determine who gets to have children? How do we determine who what sterilization? I mean, so how does that solve anything? It doesn't. See, that's the thing. You guys just saw me offer up a solution that I really have not even thought about. I haven't really thought about it. So, okay, we have to homeschool children. That means less people will want to have kids. So, does that rectify how kids are even made? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. So then what will happen? There will be an increase in you don't want to have a kid, right? Yeah. That's not okay either. So it's not for one person to make all of these decisions that maybe originally it's based in something pure and good and but it doesn't take much for it to begin sliding that down that slope of integrity into this cesspool of I have just taken away your sovereign right. I don't know what the answers are. I just know many of us many, many more than what is actually doing. Many of us need to begin doing that internal work, helping ourselves to see the kind of world we live in and the type of changes we want, because the type of change you want needs to be initiated by you. It just needs to be initiated by you. So we have to begin dreaming this beautiful dream, recognizing that we are the epicenter of what we are dreaming. We have the ability to manifest the positive as well as the negative aspects of whatever it is we're dreaming. We have to allow ourselves to receive the information that's rightfully yours. This information does not come from me. I'm simply serving as a confirmation, a form of confirmation. Just because I say it does not mean you are required to will it into being. So, card number 30, the perfection of your life. Perfection of your life. So many of us have our lives burning down right in front of us, yet we choose to show this beautiful, beautiful, whatever it is that we're trying to convince everyone else that we are living, when in reality, everything is burning down around us. Why do we do that? Because unless we do, we are told that we are failing, that we are bad, that we are horrible parents, horrible partners, horrible human beings, by the very same people who started the fire, by the very same people who also have fires burning and are pretending they're not. What are we really participating in? You know, card number 23, defend to the end the worthwhile. So there are galactic things. Again, I'm really not into galactic stuff. So there are galactic things, galactic lineages that are willing to defend to the end the worthwhile. They believe we are worthwhile. Um, unless we choose to begin believing the same thing, their work, their effort, their willingness to help doesn't mean anything. It's just like this concept of, an individual is in an abusive relationship, right? There's domestic violence in the home. There's just a lot of disempowerment, just abuse of all sorts of different kinds. And, I see this, I want to help. I want to this, I want to that. And um, I got to be honest with myself. The more I'm present in that abusive cycle with this individual, the more I take that in, right? The more that becomes a part of me, a part of my journey, a part of my mindset, a part of all of this stuff that creates my existence. And I keep trying to encourage, I keep trying to empower, but if the individual does not believe they are empowered within their own life and continue to stay, at some point I just got to be like, fuck this. Like, I don't want to give up on you, but I have to give up on this because you are not wanting to do anything about it. So what right do I have to try and force you to live a life of peace that you on some level don't really want, you know? Um and it's not me saying, "Oh, you just want this." No, it's me saying, "I now recognize you still need to be here for whatever reason. You still need to be here. I've done whatever I can do, and now I have to free you to just do with what I've given whatever you feel." Whatever you feel, that's what you need to do, but it's no longer worth my while to continue to sit here, be present, and what, try and convince you that you need to live a different life. How is that any different than the very people who try and control you? How is that different than the very people who try and convince you that you are wrong for existing? I don't know what your path is. I don't know what you're supposed to experience. And maybe this very difficult domestic violence situation is the very thing that will form you, that will affect your perception in such a way that activates the truth of your purpose. How do I know it's not? Do you need to be saved? Or am I trying to force you to allow me to save you from your own choices? And this this is exactly what these galactic things are feeling, thinking. Are we going to save humanity from itself? Does humanity want to be saved from itself? So long as we continue to choose the very things that keep us separated, that keep us in this compare, compete, false king of tyranny paradigm, I don't think we need help. I don't. I think this is something we're choosing as a collective whole. I mean, I'm not choosing this. Well, are you working to understand what your purpose is and how you play your part in your life and your environment? Or are you waiting for someone else to tell you what that is? Because if you're waiting for someone else to tell you what that is, I don't know that you're not choosing it in some thinly veiled way. I don't know that, you know? I myself participate in this in that for how many years I refuse to let people actually know me. I refuse to allow people to see my capabilities, even the slightest bit. And I've shared this before where years ago, unless you were referred to me by someone who I'm very close with, um, the chances of me even acknowledging that slim to none, slim to none. And the far off chance that I actually agree to assist you, um, I don't need payment, but I absolutely need your lifelong promise to never let anyone know who I am, my name, how to reach me, or what I've done for you. That's that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, looking back now that I've allowed myself to really just settle into this knowing that it's going to probably take my entire life to understand what my purpose is, but that shouldn't stop me from doing what my heart leads me to do. Um, until I stepped into that, yeah, no, I don't think I would have allowed myself to be fully present, not even privately, not even privately. Because a lot of the people who knew me then when I was first like being pushed into being more publicly visible, I didn't really share with anyone what was going on. Very, very few. And even those few didn't really actually know a lot of my thoughts. So, card number 16, loving compassion. We have to experience a higher level of compassion for ourselves in the world. What this means is we have to allow ourselves to become much more honest. If you have a problem with something, you have a problem with something, okay? You have a problem with it. It needs to be resolved. It's not that you have to be quiet, it's that you have to find a way to find your courage to speak your truth. You don't have to speak it in a combative way either. You just have to allow the truth to escape your lips. What does that mean? That means you have to just allow yourself to speak without any need or attempt to edit, to censor. You just have to allow. You have to get out of your own way. Card number 2, root chakra, ground and center. I've said this before. The message continues. Ground yourself into your life, not into the earth. If you are here to initiate change by your existence on the surface of the earth through the laws of reciprocal reflection, you are already altering the course of earthly evolution. Many of the BlueRays that exist on planet right now, you serve as a placeholder. You draw to you tremendous amounts of frequency. Why are BlueRays left highly sensitive to their environment? I'm traumatized by seeing someone laying on the ground and looking hungry while I'm in the city. That traumatizes me because that traumatizes me. What happens? Fight or flight, trauma induced accretion, very mild degree, but I'm still experiencing a TIA, a trauma induced accretion. And with that, I'm surging energy. I'm pulling down from my own higher realms the very frequency this earth needs. And each of us are doing this just by existing. You don't have to develop anything, you don't have to be certified in anything. By virtue of your existence, you are doing this. And everything you do on top of simply existing is an additional layer and level of gifting to humanity. Please stop with this concept of I will be good enough once I, when I, if I. No. That concept of you will finally be at a level that you need to be, and you'll be able to do your part then. Um it's just Mm. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. You need freedom from your own doubt. You need freedom. So if we look at things, okay, archangels have two wings. I believe the seraphim, who are a higher order of angelic being than the archangel, have, I believe, four wings. Yeah. So four wings here. Uh, mm, mm, hmm. What do dragonflies represent? Transformation. We're going from this concept of what is high level, high ranking, much more important than humans, and realizing there's always something more than that. There's always something beyond what we have elevated. Same thing applies to you. You need freedom from this thought that you are locked into simply being a specific thing, a specific frequency, excuse me, a specific number. I'm sorry, I saw a number. Yeah, I guess a specific number. Wow. Ooh, specific number at the slaughterhouse. Ooh, shit. Mm. Is that all you are? Are you only here on this earth to be consumed? Is that what it is? You know? Um, I don't know. It's like some of us feel like that's all we have to offer humanity is to allow humanity to consume us. I mean, even if you were to allow another person to consume you and your energy, that only goes so far. It's like that concept of uh, if you give a man a fish, you can provide him a meal, but if you teach him how to catch the fish, he can forever provide for himself. It's kind of like that concept. And I mean, what are we really participating in? Mm, do we know? Do we know? Are we just participating in things because it sounds like it's spiritual? It sounds like it will take me to a higher level of understanding. But in reality, the only thing we're participating in is a very program that causes us to question ourselves more. And going beyond questioning yourself, it causes you to doubt the truth of who you actually are. This concept of love and light, this concept of turn the other cheek, this concept of, oh, but you have to understand the wounds that they carry, and that's what they that's what's causing them to hurt you. I mean, screw you. Screw you and your needs and your pain. You have to understand um, where your abuser is coming from. Card number 50, Portal Keeper. You are the one that holds the keys to allowing or disallowing you to reach higher levels of dimensional consciousness. No one else can control that. So here's the thing, I can do a lot of shit. I can do a lot of shit. I'm extremely proficient in scalar wave repatterning. So fucking proficient. Um, I can do a lot of shit. What I can't do is force you to remain at the frequency level that I take you up to. What I can't do is force you to allow the work that I've done to correct your scalar wave patterning. I can't force you to maintain that. I can do a lot of shit. You know, fibromyalgia is nothing more than chakra blowout. You're experiencing the physical symptomatic presentation of chakra shattering. That's fibromyalgia. You've damaged your central chakra line. I can correct that. So then what happens when I correct that? You have no more pain. You're back to normal. And then I tell you, you have to maintain this. Oh yeah, I'm all about love and light. Well, yeah, you can be all about love and light all you want, but the moment you go back to that mindset of you want to be petty as fuck and start drama, chakra blowout. You can't later come to me and be like, I mean, I thought you healed me. No, I didn't heal shit. I corrected the scalar wave repatterning. I did that. I corrected your standing scalar waves. I reconstructed your chakras. It's not on me if you want to go back to being an asshole to people. It's already been corrected. You have the power to tear it back down. I can't stop you. That's your field. That's your kingdom. You are your own portal keeper. When you continue to bring yourself right back to the very mindset, perception that created and sustained that energetic injury, there is nothing I can do for that. Oh, but Emmy, you said you healed. No, you said I healed you. I did not heal you. I'm not a healer like that. I can do some pretty badass, sick as fuck shit with energy. Uh, but I can't override your sovereignty. I'm not like that powerful. Like, no, I mean, no. Archangels can't even do that. Seraphim can't do that. Nothing in creation can override your sovereignty without your consent. Well, then how did you work on my field? Because you gave me consent. You are your own portal keeper. You decide which frequencies you are going to restrict. You decide that, not me. I can dilate the shit out of that. And you can just as easily crimp it back up. I don't get a say in that. I really don't. I can say everything I want to you, the human being, but I don't get a say in what you do to your energetic field. This is what's been going on with humanity for how long? We've been waiting for someone to mind our own energy. But what does that do for us? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. There will be people who will be upset because they become super dependent on me and getting sessions and all of this and all of that. And at some point, when I recognize, oh shit, my presence in your journey has created a dependency. I am harming you more than I'm helping you. My presence, regardless of how pure my intent, is enabling your powerlessness. I cannot take any more of your sessions. I can't. I am sorry. And people get mad at me for being honest about that. Oh, but you help so and so. They're not dependent on me. You can't tell me to disregard what my soul is saying, to not love you enough to do what I need to do to empower you. You think it's not love that I'm more concerned about your sense of empowerment than I am about you feeding my ego? And that is where humanity is. I don't understand why you won't fix this for me. Uh Probably because you've gotten to a point where you think I'm going to fix all of your decisions. That's not helping you to understand. You need to make better decisions. How am I serving my purpose in that instance? I'm not. I'm not. So now you have to begin really, really analyzing, am I giving my power away to other people? Am I doing this? I mean, not necessarily to me, but to other people in your life. Because I'll be honest with you, if you're doing that to me, you're probably blocked from me. I'll be the villain for you. I'll definitely be the villain for you. If that's what it's going to take to empower you, absolutely. I'll block you. Doesn't mean I want harm to come to you. It means I'm going to take away your ability to continue this addiction to someone else solving your problems. I'll probably still every here and there think of you and hope that you're doing okay. But I'll be the villain in your life. If that's what you need to work on yourself, sure. Thank you, Naeem. So, fire element, desire. Card number 37. All right. Passion, though a bad regulator, is a powerful spring. There are changes coming, new movement. Look for them to be quick. This card denotes honesty and suggests you act assertively. You're about to get upfront with someone or vice versa. At least you should. And this card says to push it. So there's a lot of things that are going to come to light over the next, I don't know. I want to say it's within the next few weeks, but I have this feeling to say the next 3 months. Things are about to get very intense. I've been saying that. I don't know why I say that. I don't know what events are being slated. I have a solid idea that I don't want to share publicly. Hmm. In any event, you will soon understand where you stand as all of your cards will be put on the table. Ooh, yeah. Watch out for bossy people when this card comes up. It can indicate a type of bulldozing that will be hard to deal with. What did we say in the very beginning? What did we say? Now, I don't have these cards memorized. There was no way for me to know what the book would say about this card. What did I say in the beginning? That if we don't stand up now, if we don't push back now, we're probably going to get bulldozed. We're going to be stomped. Not stopped, stomped underneath the boot. I don't know how we resolve this. Every time I try to do something or help someone, it turns on me. I literally meant no wrong. I'm trying to see how I messed up. Maybe my communication sucks. Or maybe your higher self is redirecting you because your job was never to help someone else, but instead to see that what stands before you is a mirror of something internally within you. Maybe all of this helping you're giving other people, they don't need the help. They're just serving their purpose in your life by bringing your attention to parts of you that actually need your help. And maybe because you're not understanding that on some level, the level that you need to, your higher self is redirecting you. And the more you try and do this, the more harsh the redirection will be. Why do you think at this point, when I refuse to do something and Michael simply asks me, is that your final decision? Are you sure that's what you want? No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm kidding. What does my soul want me to do? I was fucking kidding. Don't take that shit serious because I already know that redirection is going to be hard as fuck. The last time I was redirected in that way, I was forced to live in a parking lot for 5 fucking months. I'm good. I'm fucking good. Yes. You need me to go somewhere? Just tell me, boo. I'll go. You need me to do something? Okay, I'll do it. Just say please. Say thank you. I will do it. No need to get harsh with your is that your final decision? Don't scare me like that. I already know I'm gonna be fucking punished like hell. I don't think so. This card is one of new starts, often after the past has been burned away. We talked about this whole burning conversation. Burning, you know? Um, yeah, it's within you. Everything outside of you is a reflection of something inside you. If it's not inside of you and it's not going to help you understand yourself better, you don't notice it. How many things in this life do you not notice? How many things do you overlook? Well, it's not overlooking, it's understanding that that's not something you're working on within yourself. So, card number 42, I'm hungry. Feeling a little bit hungry. Card number 42, South Node, Life's Debts. Karma, when properly understood, is just the mechanics through which consciousness manifests. We're so afraid of karma, and we've turned karma into a weapon. Like, ooh, don't worry, girl, karma's gonna get him. Karma don't work like that. Karma doesn't work like that. Karma is nothing more than miasmic distortions within your morphogenetic template. What is miasma? Frozen light code. What is frozen light code? Well, light code is the very programming that's being run as you're learning specific lessons. Yeah, you know, it's the coding that allows you to experience specific events in the way you need to experience it to trigger other processes within you. Now, when you don't finish that program, it's paused, it's frozen, and it just sits there waiting for the proper time to be reinitiated. People think karma is punishment. It's not, I promise you. That's as silly as the concept of hell. I promise you. This concept of, "Oh, I went to hell and I saw the demons. I almost died and I saw the demons. And then God came down and forgave me and brought me back." Um, you probably didn't die. You probably went full astral. It gives you a perception of death. This like leaving the body. Um, yeah, you're probably entering into fourth dimensional territory. And you probably are seeing what exists on the fourth dimension. Is fourth dimensional hell? Well, shit, everybody want to go astral. That's where this hell concept is. Fourth dimensional. But, spirituality, oh, I want to go astral. I want to learn how to go astral. Well, I mean, yeah, there's some people who say it's hell. I don't know. Shit. It's just something. I'll leave that topic alone. South Node life stats. This represents a karmic point in our chart where certain matters must be discharged or cast off in order to develop and move toward greater things. I have believed for many, 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 many years this is the lifetime that all of us who are now adults, this is a lifetime where we have all opted to be here in order to clear off that ledger board, not to repay people, but to finish off that miasmic distortion that was paused, the light code that was paused. We need to finish that off. We need to go through whatever we need to go through in order to finish that off. I have a lot of unfinished business with people, a lot. They're being finished off. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Hey daddy, if you're live, can you give me just another minute or two? I have one more card left. So card number 4, Venus, love. Love is my religion and I could die for that. Let love take care of it for now. So love is defined as what? 88% at 855. What is love defined as? For human beings, typically we define love as like this soft, cuddly thing. I'm going to be your cheerleader. I don't know. For me, love has a power to raise up as easily and as potently as it has the power to tear down. And that's a potent concept where love can tear you down as easily as it raises you up. I'm not talking about people's malicious intent. I'm not trying to um, bypass this whole concept of abusive relationships, because love would be the one tearing you down, not someone else. That's not love. That's maliciousness. That's abuse. I'm talking about love. My love for you tears me down in that it keeps me from exercising too much control over you. At one point in my life, I used to love in such a way where I would try and control my environment. Pure intent, of course. Pure intent. I would try and control it to minimize the amount of struggle, minimize the potentiality of hurt, just all of these things that I thought I had the power, the authority, and the obligation to do for other people. And then I realized my attempt to control you and the environment is robbing you of the very lessons you need to learn. What am I doing? I'm not adding to your growth, I'm taking away from it. And the recognition of that tore me the fuck down. It hurts so deep. It hurts so deep. So, love is so much more than what human definition of love is. Omnilove has both the positive and the negative, the light and the darkness. Omnilove knows exactly what ratios of each are necessary for that moment. Because sometimes when we begin to build walls that then serve as our prisons, um, Omnilove, when it's allowed to come forward in your life, it will tear that wall down and you will feel exposed. You will feel vulnerable. You will feel all these things that you built those walls not to feel. And it's out of pure love that your higher self allows this, out of pure love. Why does my higher self allow parasitic things to attack me here and there? Pure love. It's not punishment. It's in that moment of vulnerability that I have the opportunity to feel a level of fear and helplessness that will trigger some badass fucking power. Because I'll go through my process. Oh my God. Oh, holy shit. What is this? Wait, what the fuck are you doing in my field? Did you come here to volunteer? I'll give you some. I will serve your ass up. Stay in my field. You got 3 seconds. You got 3 seconds before I fuck shit up. As a matter of fact, you got one. You're still here. It's on. That's my process. Oh my God, what is this? Holy shit. Am I breached? Oh my God. Wait, what? Who the fuck is in my field? Yeah, that's my process. hmm And it's okay for that to be my process. I need to learn about myself, learn about my abilities, learn about the level and depth of my integrity. And I won't learn that by simply assuming. So Omnilove comes to tear down the very walls that I construct to protect myself. And it's still okay. Because every time I go through this, afterwards, yeah, I rebuild a wall, but it's shorter and shorter and shorter, thinner and thinner and thinner. I'm about up to my waist at this point. Oh, you guys thought I had no walls? No, I got walls. It's up to my waist. So, in the very rare event that I feel very, very unsafe and incapable, I can still scrunch down into a little ball and feel hidden behind a wall. And that's okay for me to say. That's okay for me to acknowledge. I still have things within me to work out. That's good. That's powerful. Okay. Time for me to play a nurse. Time for me to play his nurse. I gotta go. I gotta go, you guys. Um, Thank you so much for sharing this space with me. If you could please give this video a thumbs up, I would really appreciate that. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I might come live again later today. We shall see. We shall see. I have a whole bunch of stuff I got to do. All right. I got to go, guys. Thank you and bye.